Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So today's video I'm really excited because I am somebody who loves purple. Like, can you tell I love pink? Like, these are my colors, people. But today's video is all about my thoughts on this baby right here. This is the Norvina and Anastasia Beverly Hill palette. I am so excited about this palette. I purchased this the very first day that it came out, which was on the Anastasia, oh my gosh, what even word was that? On the Anastasia Beverly Hills website, and I totally regret doing that because I paid the extra $6 for 2 days shipping and I got it in 3 days. So it was kind of a waste of money. I should have known that. I should have gotten roped into the hype of that $6 for the free 2 day shipping. It wasn't free. I don't know why I just said free. But it was this whole big thing. Even on the freaking box, it said 2 days shipping. And it was supposed to arrive by 8 p.m. on the second day. And it totally got there on the third day at like 1:45 p.m. Like, are those the same times? Because I didn't think they were. Anyway, this video is not about that rant. This video is about my thoughts on this palette and not my experience getting it. So, if you want to know my thoughts on this palette, then just keep watching. So, let's get into it. This palette released on July 17th, I believe, and it will be available. It's actually available on Ulta right now online, but on August 5th it will be available in stores at Ulta, which is really exciting because that's like 2 days away. So you'll be able to swatch it for yourself, so that's really exciting. August 7th online at Sephora, Macy's, Dillard's, and Nordstrom, and apparently JCPenney. If I'm reading that correctly, I'm reading it off of Trend Mood because that's the source of all the new makeup releases, if you didn't know. August 17th launches in all U.S. retail stores, and then August 8th it retails internationally at retail stores. So that's exciting. That's all that detail. And then also this palette is, I think it was $42. Yeah, because I paid the $6 for shipping, so that was $48. So yeah, and this collection also came out with 5 lip glosses, which are stunning. Like, I might have to get them once they come to Sephora or Ulta because I'm wearing Anastasia lip gloss right now. These glosses are amazing. I want every color of them, so they're so pigmented. But the video is not about the glosses, it's about this palette. So this is the inside of the palette. If you did not know, it does come with a fairly nice brush. I was using it in the video, which I don't know which one's going to be up first, but I was mentioning that this is a little bit tiny for a fluffy brush, but would be perfect for a crease brush. This is more of a detailed brush. Maybe it would be good for under the, what is it called, the lower lash line, because it's a little bit too small for my lid, at least for me. I like to have a big, not a big brush, but like, let me show you what I use for my lid color. So you can see it's a little bit wider, this one's more small, so it just depends on your preference. But that's the brush. The brush was made in China, and the palette was made in the USA, the eyeshadows, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. It is stunning. I absolutely love this palette. I'm going to do the swatches right now, and then I'll get into my thoughts. But let's start with the first row. So the first color that I'm going to swatch is called Dreamer. What's the best way to do this? We'll do 2 rows just like it is in the palette. So that, my friends, is one swatch of Dreamer. And then we have this shade Summer. Oh, bad day to do this, huh? Because of the brightness. There we go. So this is more gold, that's more champagne. Then we have Wild Child, which is nice strawberry looking pink. I just want to give myself some room here. That was all glitter. Okay. And then I have the shade Rose Gold, which is probably my favorite color in the entire palette. It's so metallic and so gorgeous. Then we have Celestial, which is what I'm wearing on my lids right now. I wish that one performed a little bit better. I did have to like wet my brush to use that one. I'm just wiping away this glitter right here. Then we have the shade Dazzling. And this is your bronzy color. And then it is Drama, which is your black purple. It's really pretty though, like everything works so nicely together. So that is the first row. And now we're gonna go into the second row. First shade we're starting with is Base, which is your brow bone highlight, a satin finish. Which you probably won't even be able to tell because it is, oh you can, look at that. That would be a nice one to set your eyeshadow primer, if you're into that. And then we have Soul, which is probably one of my favorite shadows. It does feel slightly dry, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't come up, because do you guys see that? That is amazing. I love this color so much. It is so unique. It pretty much made me buy this palette, so that should say something right here. And then we have the shade Incense, which is your transition matte color. And then I've got Love, which I'm wearing in the crease today. I love this in the crease. It is so pretty. It's your strawberry pink right there. And then we have the shade Volatile, yeah. I'll put the shade names on the screen for you so it's easier to understand. I think I have that in the outer V today. And I have the shade Eccentric. I've only used this shade like twice. It's your mustard brown color. And then the last one is probably one of my favorite colors, called Passion. So there you go. There are your swatches. That was pretty much one swipe. I didn't have to build anything up. This one is the only lackluster one that there is, but I mean those mattes are amazing. They're very soft but still pigmented, and the shimmers are just out of this world amazing. I'm going to quick take a picture of these swatches. The formula is the best that I've seen from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Honestly, I have the Modern Renaissance and the World Couture palette. And the World Couture palette, and it is not comparable to that in the sense that it's way, 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 way better. Let me just show you something from the Modern Renaissance palette. So I feel like this one is less powdery than this one, and you could probably kind of tell from just even the swatches. But if you look, in the first row, you have completely all shimmery shadows. In this palette, the Modern Renaissance, you only have 2 shimmery shades. And for somebody who wants like an all-rounded palette, I feel like this is more convenient because you have a lot of different lid shade options, and you also have a lot of different mattes, and they're all very unique. And this is definitely for more of the cool-toned lover person. However, you have your warm tones. You have your warm toned shimmers. You have your cool toned shimmers. You have your warm tone matte. Like, I feel, and another one over there I feel is very warm toned. So I feel like this palette is very like well-rounded, and like all the colors go together. And this shade in particular, this rose gold color, I don't know if you saw it in the swatches, but this is very similar to, just this one is very similar to the ColourPop Super Shock shadows. It feels very like bouncy and creamy, and like none of the other shadows really do that. If that was the same formula as all the other shimmers, this palette would be out of this world amazing. I don't know why that is kind of like inconsistent there, because that would be amazing. Now, when you look at this, because of the packaging, you think, hey, it's going to be a purple palette, right? But I feel like this is more of a pink palette. There's really only 2 purple. If there was a matte purple, it would be really, really nice. This is more of your matte periwinkle color, and it is very, very gorgeous, but it's just not purple, if you know what I mean. So that's why I think people are so disappointed. They wanted, like, I guess, all purple, but if it was an all purple palette, you wouldn't be able to create as many looks. And that's kind of what I've been looking for in a palette, is something that I can use for the entire week. Something that has neutrals in it, something that has pops of color, and it does, because it has your neutrals, it has your pops of color, and it's just gorgeous to play with. The formula works like a dream. I don't have any problems with fallout, but that is because I do my eyes first. And let's be honest, when people don't do their eyes first and they complain about the fallout, I feel like that might be why. But I love this palette. If you don't have any pinks, any purples in your collection, or any cool tones, I feel like this is a necessity palette for you. But if you have a lot of cool tones, I don't feel like it's necessary. But I saw it and I immediately knew that I had to have it in my collection. I set my alarm when I knew it was going to launch, because that's how excited I was about this palette. And by the way, I am wearing it today. I think I mentioned that in the swatches when I was going over it. I'm wearing Celestial on the inner part of the lid, and then Volatile for my outer V, and I'm wearing Love in the crease. I love wearing Love in the crease. It's like that perfect like strawberry pink. It's so pretty. I've done many looks with this palette. I'll try to post them on the page as kind of like a lookbook with this palette. But yeah, I really like this palette. Again, if you love purples, if you love pinks, I think you will absolutely love this palette. And I think like her coming out with this palette was a genius move, like, for the company, because they don't have anything like this. They haven't come out with anything like this in the past. They've come out with like a green palette, like the Subculture. They've come out with the Prism palette, which is kind of like an inverted Subculture in a way. And they've come out with the Modern Renaissance, which this is definitely more rosy, mauvey red. This is more pink. So I feel like it's a genius move for this company to do that. And I wish like other companies would kind of follow the lead, in the sense that figure out what they're missing in their palette collection and then come out with it. Because I feel like we're just coming out with a lot of neutral palettes and it's just like getting, you know, redundant. And a lot of companies already have neutral palettes. So it would be nice to see like a well-rounded company, kind of like what Anastasia Beverly Hills did. Now, I have a friend here on YouTube, Daisy Girl. I will post her review down below because I think she did a phenomenal job on her review, and she has the Lila palette, which is a purple palette, and she compares it. So if you want to see that review, I will have that listed below because I feel like that is very helpful. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this review. I hope that was helpful. A lot of you did want to see my thoughts, which is why I got it on the first day that it launched. And I think that's it. So I really hope this was like everything that you hoped for. And this palette was everything that I had hoped for and more. So it exceeded my expectations. I'm head over heels in love with it, and I can't wait to create more looks with it. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out if you want more palette reviews. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye everyone!